Today, Texas University professors oppose having guns in their classrooms. Who would have thought? Also, the Air Force declares the F-35 combat ready for a mission into the danger zone. This and more on today's episode of The Morning Hustle. Good morning. I'm Walt Duncan, your captain for this adventure to Knowledge Island. And as we get closer to land, we'll be dodging rocks of bad or boring news. And it's my job to steer us through the fun channels, and once we reach shore, I'll bid you farewell and send you out into the world to spread your brain wings and thrive. So, on to our first story. There's a new hope rising in Australia, but atheists are trying to squash it, urging fellow Australians not to list a religion as Jedi in the upcoming census, saying that if they do, the country would appear more religious than it truly is. Instead, they are requesting that citizens mark themselves down as having no religion, since Jedi and other joke religions are counted as not defined instead of no religion. But some could say that they find the atheists' lack of faith disturbing. The joke arose around 2001, before that census. An email campaign claimed that if 8,000 people described themselves as Jedi, Australia would make it an official religion. Do or do not. There is no try. That was my Yoda. So, many citizens took up the challenge, and the census received a total of 70,500 Padawans. Through the force, Australian Jedi Masters spread their influence internationally, and other countries such as New Zealand, Canada, England, and Wales reported having an increase in Jedi Knights. But in 2006, the Empire struck back as Jedi members dropped in Australia to only 58,000. But then, the Jedi returned 5 years later as the number rose to 64,000. So, the Australian statisticians have to make a choice. What do they do? Should they follow England's example by putting the Jedi with the atheists? Or could they go the more intriguing way and follow New Zealand's example by making it an official religion like they did back in 2015 when they officially recognized Pastafarians who wear colanders on their heads and believe the world was created by a giant spaghetti deity? My advice? Feel, do not think. Use your instincts. Just as Master Qui-Gon Jinn told us before he got sliced in half, but he was still the coolest one. For our next story, we return to the University of Texas as the new law we discussed earlier this week has caused quite the stir amongst the staff who seek to block it before the semester begins. 3 professors have sued on July 6, claiming that it is unconstitutional and is forcing the college to impose dangerously experimental gun policies. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has called the lawsuit, quote, frivolous, unquote, and urges it to be tossed aside like friends request to become more than just friends. Get back to the friend zone where you belong! The lawsuit is being filed by sociology professor Jennifer Lynn Glass, creative writing professor Lisa Moore, and English professor Mia Carter. Which is a fancy way of saying Carter. It makes you sound more smart. That's my advice. Now they claim that having guns in the classroom could be dangerous when discussing hot topics like gay rights or abortion. I would think the biggest fear would be that it could replace clapping. Woo! Poof, 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 poof. Woo! They also claim that forcing teachers to allow weapons in the classroom without restriction goes against their First Amendment right to academic freedom. But this concern is not shared by everyone, such as, the professors at Texas A&M, who won't allow teachers to ban weapons from their office. And unlike the UT teachers, who they can do that, it's fine. But the Texas A&M professors have to obtain special permission if they were to ban guns. So, as I like to say a lot on this show, stop being a wuss and deal with it. You're not going to get shot, and if you are, you can carry a gun too. Firefight. That's our topic for today. Alright, now staying on guns, we move to our short story of today. Today's story on that? A woman accidentally shoots herself while Snapchatting. I wonder if there's a filter that eliminates stupid. The woman tried to video herself while holding the gun and then shot her phone, and the bullet went through it and into her hand. Regina Powell told reporters that she was playing with a .40 caliber handgun trying to make a Snapchat video when it went off, injuring her index finger and thumb. Police are still looking for the weapon since the woman's aunt tossed it out the window as they drove to the hospital. Quick, hide the evidence. If anyone asks, it was a bear. That way you sound super awesome and get some street cred. Now for our final story, the U.S. Air Force declared Tuesday that the F-35A stealth fighter jets are ready for deployment and soar their mighty wings to the danger zone. The squadron of about 12 planes are based in Hill Air Force Base in Utah. And as said by the general there, the F-35A will be the most dominant aircraft in our inventory because it can go where our legacy aircraft cannot and provide the capabilities our commanders need to modern battlefield. This was said by General Herbert Hawk Carlise. No, not that general. That's the one from G.I. Joe. There we go. That's the right one. Now, if you're like me, you want one of these planes. But unfortunately, each plane costs about $163,733,115. And the cost of the Air Force, $400 billion. It's still a lot. And they've got a total of 2,443 planes, and it is the most expensive plane in history to manufacture. Now, proponents brag about its radar dodging stealth technology, supersonic speeds, close air support capabilities, airborne agility, and a massive array of sensors, giving the pilots unparalleled access to information, and its superior ability to buzz the tower. So you can do that with your co-pilot Goose. We're buzzing the tower! This major accomplishment has a plane development. It's impressive. It's a really big deal since it's had so many setbacks as it's been on, including the mysterious engine fire in 2014, and also software bugs, technical glitches, and a faulty ejection system that risked killing the pilot that they weighed less than 136 pounds. But due to many hours of hard work and playing with the boys, they finally finished, and a new weapon has been added to the Air Force's arsenal. Now, today's show was a little shorter than usual. That being because yesterday's episode was longer than it should have been. Who knew it took so long to smell so many different things? So I thought I would give you a little quick story. So, I want you guys to have a good day. I want you to also like and subscribe if you enjoyed yourselves and thought and got a little bit more knowledge today. So, be smart, be knowledgeable, impress people with your new knowledge that I've given you. And guys, don't hustle too hard.